school here, so they weren't kindergarten through 8th, but they did come through our school and leave and go on to high school. Now I think I mentioned one's at Miami and one's at UD. But one thing I noticed about the common thread with the graduates or kids that have been here for a long period of time is their leadership potential. So I wanted to tell you that that's really a focus, or it's something that we're doing here that we necessarily didn't set out to do. We just were doing things that we thought were good for kids, and what we are developing is these great little leaders. So if your children are staying in the academy through the long haul, that's what we hope that you will see. You'll see in middle school they have more leadership opportunities and experiences, and by the time they leave here, we hope that they'll be ready for that next step of the high school journey for them. But it is a process. In 2nd grade, they're not going to be independent enough to do all their homework without having some guidance from the parents, but we hope by 6th grade they will be. 7th grade they will be. So those are the things we're going for. We have spotlight assemblies where your child can give a presentation. Those help with leadership. Leadership is just all day long here in our multi-age setting, even on the playground of an older child helping a younger child. They're promoting their leadership. But we are trying to make great leaders. I did attend a leadership conference this summer, and one thing that the gentleman was saying that the good leaders have lots of qualities, but great leaders have a few other qualities. And one thing he talked about were some of these things here. He talked a lot about grit, and a good leader might have leadership potential, but a great leader has grit. And what he said that meant was that grit means determination, endurance, going the extra mile. But with grit comes opportunities and or things, times where you've made mistakes, times where you fail and you get back up and you keep going. And I thought that was so interesting because I know in our culture in the suburbs of South Dayton, we don't want our kids to fail. It hurts when our kids make mistakes and they're feeling sad. I don't like that for my own kids. So I understand that. But what will make your child strong is if they make a mistake, they realize it's okay, it's all part of learning, and they get back up and keep trying. So we tell the kids here, mistakes are good, mistakes are how you learn. Independence is the other thing, and I see it in our culture again. We want to do so much for our children because we either stay home and feel like we should, or our parents didn't do that much to us, but we want to do it better. But really creating independence for your children is the best favor you can do for them. So I know it's hard to let go and let them do things like unload the dishwasher if it's not unloaded the way you want it to be unloaded. But they will feel good about what they do, and they'll feel good about their accomplishments when we let them do some things independently. So try your best to work on those things. I know it's hard. I'm preaching to the choir with myself, but it is very important. As I said, again, my 2 oldest are leaving for college, and I kept hoping I taught them everything they needed to know, and that they were going to brush their teeth at night, even if I didn't say it, and it is a scary feeling. But that's what we all are preparing for. We're preparing for that day to let our kids go and hope they're independent. But it comes with little baby steps along the way. The other thing is ownership. When children take ownership of things, I mentioned the dishwasher, feeling good about things. If we never let our children try because we feel like we're doing a good thing for them by doing everything for them, they're not going to have ownership of what they do and feel accomplished. But here, we let them have ownership of a lot of things. We believe it's the process of the project, not necessarily the end product. So when you are helping your child with a project, most likely you won't because we try to do a lot in school. But if you are, remember it's a process. It doesn't matter what the end product looks like, and it's not your project, it's your child's project. But that ownership is really important too for great leadership potential. Well, I'm coming to